I think I'm having one of those nights again where I can't go to sleep after I wake up. And I'm recording this because I don't want to sit and think anymore while trying to go to sleep. I don't know what to talk about. I don't think I like saying my name. I guess that too. I was gonna say not the username or channel name that you can see right now, but my actual name. But I don't even like saying the other one either. I went to the library for the past 2 days. Well, the 2 days before today. Um, because I thought, okay, instead of staying here and consuming electricity, um, basically causes the bills to go up that you can't pay for, you might as well leave and go to the library every day. Go there when it opens, leave when it closes, and then come back and not use your laptop so that you're not causing the bills to be high. You know? Um, I didn't go today because yesterday, my dad called me and asked me where I was. Or, well, he called my little cousin, asked me where I was, and he told me, hey, I gotta get back to the house. And my dad didn't tell him why. So I called my dad and asked him, yeah, you want me to go back to the house? And then it boiled down to he wanted to take me and my little cousin, me and my cousin, to rake leaves in my aunt's yard. Um, but I was like an hour away by train, so he just said, never mind, we'll do it tomorrow. Today was tomorrow, and he left early this morning and then didn't come back. So, I mean, I still worked on the game, but I was here the whole time. So, yeah. Yeah, but I think what I'm gonna do is when I get my ID, I'm just gonna go and donate plasma every 3 days, and then give $200 of that uh to my granny for the bills that I'm consuming. Yeah, and then I have 100 for food, which is good. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I burped. Sorry. But fuck. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. Oh, yeah. Name. I don't. Oh, yeah. So yesterday when I went to no, not yesterday. I think it was the day before yesterday. No, yeah. It was yesterday, I think. Or it was the day before. I forget which. But one of the recent days when I went to the library, um I went to Family Dollar to get earbuds because I broke the headphones that I got. You know those iPhone headphones that are kind of like the rectangular shape, where the earmuffs, not earmuffs, but where the ear speakers are, but they're like the rectangular ones, right? They have like cheap versions of them at dollar stores for like $5. So I bought some, but they were really fucking small. So I kept breaking them every time I ended up breaking them. I tried to put it on my head. Yeah, but it didn't. You don't realize how small they are until you open the package. Makes sense why they're $5. Um, yeah, they didn't have earbuds, so I just got those. But they had earbuds at the Family Dollar across the street, so I went there and got those. I came back and they were like these Spectrum dudes, um, and I somehow always forget this. In the moment, I always forget this shit. But a lot of people are, I don't know if they're fake or if they just don't know how to say no or just be honest. I don't know. But I was talking to these dudes and I started the conversation with oh, so you guys just go back and forth from Family Dollar to the train? They're like, yep, and I just kept talking to them pretty much. Um, and the train was coming, so I gave them my Instagram, which is the same name as the channel name. All if you just go on most social media and type in that name, it'll pop up a profile. It's the same one. They're all the same. They're all the same. They might have different bios, but they're all the same. Well, they'll have slightly different bios, but they show the same. I don't know though. But sorry, I yawned. Um, Toward the end of it, I gave it to him, and he kept asking me what it was because I guess he couldn't understand what I was saying, even though I was trying to say it as clear as possible. I kept saying it slower and slower and spelling it out so that he could get it. Um, and then I remember getting to the library and checking to see uh if if someone followed me recently and nothing was there. I mean, someone did follow me recently, and I messaged that person thinking it was him, but they never responded. So I told them never mind, and then they told them like never mind, thought you're someone else or something. I don't know, but yeah, it was just another. I don't know. But then again, I always feel like I look stupid. I feel like my hair looks dumb. I don't have my clippers anymore, so I can't even cut it myself. I let someone borrow them, and then he never he never brought them back. We used to work together at the fundraising job, but he never brought the clippers back. Um, so yeah, yeah. I don't really want to waste my money going to a fucking barber and dealing with people in there, having to talk to people, and essentially going through the humiliating ritual of getting my hair cut by selecting a hairstyle to cut it into. I don't exactly want to do that again. I don't like that process. I'm getting tired of feeling like I hate different parts of myself, but I also can't get out of that mentally, if that makes sense. Like I'm getting tired of feeling this way, but when I have moments like this, I feel like it's the only way I can feel about myself, you know? Yeah. And I think in reality, I think it's just because I'm doing a lot, but what I'm doing doesn't make any money, which means I can't really I can't contribute anything anywhere. I can't do anything. I basically have to keep doing what I'm doing, wait until my license comes in the mail, reset up my Patreon or my not Patreon, PayPal, and put the game up on itch.io and then eventually Steam, so that then people can see it and they can choose to give me money, you know? But I don't know. And there are points like this where I feel like, what's even the point? And I know the point. I know my end goal. I know what I actually want to do with all of this. Um, but I think, like a lot of the time I have thoughts where no one's gonna like it. It's a shitty game. It's I mean that's pretty much it. It's just I feel dumb for thinking the thoughts, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And then I think about every little thing. Like, for example, you're staring at a black screen right now, or you're listening to this while there's a black screen in the corner of your screen. That's because I can't handle looking at my face for long periods of time. I can't handle hearing my own voice at all, even if it's just for a second. And I don't really know how else to phrase it. It's like I just I I like aspects of myself, but I don't like myself, if that makes sense. I like that I used to draw a lot. I like that I doodle every now and then. I like that I have ideas. I like that I can hear ideas or read stories or look at stories or listen to them, and then I can come up with my own version and then flesh it out really fast. Not saying like speed's important, but it's just how it works for me. I just hear something and then my brain just starts going, or I see it and my brain starts going, or whatever. You know, I like that I've almost made it my personality to to have this idea of contributing to less suffering in the world in my own way. I like that I want to eventually have enough money to develop technology to where we can fully understand animals. I like all of my ideas. I like that in the future I want to be able to have people give me idea suggestions and me not throw them out and we use them later. I like that I don't care about a lot of things, but in a way that means I care about everything. Everything. You know, I like that for the most part I don't wallow in the things I can't change. Instead I focus on the solutions of how I can change things for the better. Even if they're solutions that are born from ignorance, it's still an effort of me trying to come up with something rather than just saying, "Oh, that's not gonna work. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, I mean, that's not gonna work." I don't see the point in doing that. Now, there is a point to just venting out your frustrations, but there's no point in knowing what's wrong with something and then deciding, "Oh, well, we can't fix it." Or looking at an entire structure and then seeing that points in it are fucked up, but instead of fixing those points and leaving the entire thing, because it all works for everyone if you have your baseline needs. Instead, what a lot of people do is like, okay, no, we need to tear the whole thing down, and we have to also have this idealized version of humanity to where our governmental system will work, but the one that we have, no, that one would never work. Even though your new one is just as susceptible it's just as susceptible to corruption as the first one. The difference is that the newer one is even more susceptible because whoever is creating it has the ability to allow themselves to never be taken out of power. I think about this a lot when I think about capitalism versus any other government, typically communism or socialism. We put a lot of faith in humanity to not fuck ourselves over again. It's not even that, it's really for the government to not fuck over its people again by saying, "Oh, we should tear down capitalism because people are greedy and the billionaires have all the shit and everyone else is just fighting for scraps and blah blah blah." You know, when your life can be as simple as you want it. If you only want to care about your bare necessities, then you can live like that. You can have a job that you're happy with and care about only what you need to survive. Which in reality is not that hard. It's really not. Most people are born into a family where they can go to school and they have time to prepare for the future. A big issue with how we raise kids is that we kind of raise them in like stages and we force them into future developmental stages as soon as they hit arbitrary markers. You're allowed to be a kid for like a short time, then you're just given shit to do, and then you're told you're supposed to be a certain way, and then you're also told when you hit a certain age you're supposed to be an adult now, even though you've never been that age before, And then as you grow, you're supposed to act your age, even though you've never been those ages before. You know? And then depending on your brain structure, depending on how your brain works, sometimes it's hard for you to do that. Because a lot of things you just don't understand. And even if you understand them in a literal sense, like even if you actually understand them, it's hard for you to fully, I guess, commit to those things because it's depressing. It's not the way you want to live, but it's the way you have to live. Because everyone around you is ultimately too selfish to decide a better way to live. In most families, or at least a good chunk of families, you have separate households for every little family, but everyone in this family, but everyone in the family comes together at one point in the year, or like every once in a while in the year. But it's fucking weird because it seems like none of you really like each other if you can't, like, if you can't exist as people around each other all the time, then do you really like each other? You know? You only come together for occasions. I don't know. I don't know. I rant about the same shit constantly. I enjoy aspects of myself, but I think I really do hate myself, at least at times like this. I don't really know what to do about it. In the future, when I have enough time or when I have enough money to allow me the time to sit and figure this out, cool. But until then, I think I have to deal with this and ultimately not kill myself over it, you know? Which I always say I won't, but I do think about it often. It would be the easiest and hardest thing to ever do. I also worry about if I secretly have health conditions or if, like, the next time I go to the doctor, they're like, oh, you're dying. You know? Or, or, I don't know, something like that, you know? Basically, meaning I waited too long to try to do this shit, where now it's too late. I don't have the money to fix myself. You know? You wasted so much time, so many years. And then you think back to people telling you, oh, you're wasting time, oh, you're wasting your time. And it's like, yeah, back then I was a different person than I am now. I just wanted to enjoy peace alone because I dealt with bullshit since I was a kid. But now, as an adult, you're essentially trying to do what you've always wanted to do, but it's too late now. Basically, to everyone around you, it's too late. You should have done this earlier. And you think about it. You think about how you could sell plasma. You could buy a sleeping bag. You could buy shirts. Take your jacket and your sweater. And you buy a backpack. And then you consolidate all your stuff. And then you work on your game through the day at a Starbucks from like 5, from like 4 or 5-ish to 10 when they close. And then go sleep under a bridge and do that every day until you start being able to make money from it. In reality, you just need enough so that you can buy food and enough so you can buy a car. That way you have a place to sleep. In reality, with that car, you can do DoorDash. You know? Which, it's not all that much, actually. You know? To be able to be able to afford food for a time and buy a car, to be able to do DoorDash so that you can fund the development yourself. That's like $5K. $2K for the car, a little extra for taxes, or if you buy from an auction, a little extra so that just in case it fucks up, you can go and get it fixed. Because the scary part about getting auction cars is that you don't know if they're fucked up or not, or buying them from someone else. You don't know. But 2 to 3K, you know? And then a good, I mean, even a K for food is good. Because that'll last for a month. No, what the fuck? That'll last for like, what, 2-3 months. Because you can kind of live off of 30 a week for food. And that's scratching it because prices went up. Prices went up drastically, actually. So really, to eat how you used to live, you would need like 40 to 50 a week. Which with the K, that's 200 a month. So that's a good 4 to 5 months there. You know? For food, all your food needs are met. You know? But yeah. I think what I'm gonna start doing is until I get my ID, I'm gonna post on Reddit and I guess in a way talk to people about my game and tell them what I'm trying to do. That way I can get people on board with it and then I can have some kind of income as soon as I put the game out. People that are following me now can decide, oh, yeah, I want to give them money. Woo. But that's it. I gotta piss. Bye-bye.